If you are at risk, you should be getting this vaccine. This vaccine does, in fact, protect against symptomatic Delta variant.
I would encourage people to get the vaccine. I have high confidence in it. I got it myself.
Yes, we want people vaccinated. There's not one physician, there's not one doctor here that doesn't want people vaccinated.
While today's press conference from the GOP Doctors Caucus was apparently meant to urge people to get their shots, as you heard, they also used the event to attack Democrats. New York Times reports it this way. Scalise and other Republicans spent most of their time on Thursday discussing unproven claims that the Chinese had released a virulent human-made virus on the world and charged the Democrats had ignored it. The emphasis on the so-called lab leak theory was something of a surprise given the surge of infections concentrated in rural, strongly Republican regions of the country. Remaining here with us are our guests, James Carville and Tim Miller. Tim, so much comes up here. Number one, let's not forget that the obsession with China, as it was known for 4 years, was chiefly and initially to distract, to make us victims in light of a mismanaged pandemic. Though China, of course, is on the hook for these questions as soon as we get our death toll under control. Number two, Tim, I really want to hear you out. It's been theorized that Republicans have either seen god-awful polling or have realized this is ravaging mostly red states. Both of those options are pretty gross, but something has to explain them knocking each other over to get to the microphone to suddenly advocate vaccines.
Sure, Brian. First, I'm just going to clear the decks on a couple of things. One, I know it's bedtime on the East Coast, so I'm so sorry about the shirtless Jim Jordan image. I'm throwing myself on the mercy of the court on that. That was just a slip up. Second, I do have to correct Peter Baker from a couple segments ago, who said that Sean Hannity was also being responsible in telling people to get vaccinated. He did last night, but a little breaking news tonight. He's scared of his audience. He had to backtrack and say that he wasn't telling people to do anything. People should do what's right for them. So that act of responsibility on the other network lasted about 24 hours. And thirdly, on the China issue, I just want to say the Biden administration has been so good about this, and Psaki has been so good about saying we do need to get to the bottom of the origins, and this shouldn't be a partisan thing. And so I just thought that was worth noting. But as to your question on the doctors, look, I really do think this has to do with numbers. I mean, I'm happy that they're coming out and saying the doctors in Congress. I'm on the Republican side. I'm glad that they gave a clear message that people should get vaccinated today. I'm glad that a lot of Republican elected officials who have been late to the game on this are looking at the Delta numbers and are trying to, at least show a modicum of responsibility. I think that there's something to that. But I also do think that there's something to the poll numbers. Look, the vaccine, getting the vaccine is something that has broad support. Even within the Republican electorate, it has a minority support. So if you look at the country, almost all of the Democrats want people to get vaccinated. A majority of independent voters want people to get vaccinated, and a minority, but a significant minority of Republican voters, particularly older voters, are getting vaccinated. So the Republicans are looking at this in swing districts, and they are going to run into a disastrous buzzsaw if they find themselves on the side of this small minority that wants to risk everybody's lives. I mean, it is irresponsible medically. It is politically irresponsible. And so I think that this is the chickens coming home to roost for it a little bit. And that's why you see some of them speaking out, obviously too late, unfortunately, for some of their own constituents who have been contracting this virus.
James, same question. Both options gross. Death toll or polling or a combination of both?
Well, first of all, it's been available for 7 months. 7 months after the Republican doctors finally say, hey, we need to take this. Tim and I have been texting back and forth about going to the Rose Bowl on September 4th for the LSU-UCLA game. Well, I don't know if we're going to have it. These people are pro-death and anti-football, okay? I'm pro-life, I'm pro-living, and pro-football. I mean, this is ridiculous. People are now having to disrupt social schedules. They're having to move plans around. They're going to start closing things again, all because these dolts wait until 7 months after the vaccine is rolled out to get religion and say, hey, it might be a good idea if you took this. Well, this is really hurting the country, and it's interfering with me having fun. And I wanted to go to the Rose Bowl and compare hairdos with Tim. I'll tell you that. I think I'll win.
I'm going to the Rose Bowl. If these people
well, if they have the game, Tim.
I'm going to be so upset, James. I'm going to the Rose Bowl. Get your shots. Go Tigers. I'm going to be there with the second string tailgaters and with James, and I'm going to go. And this is crazy that we even have to talk about this right now. It's crazy that they're putting us at this
It's really
risk.
insane. It's insane. And they're interfering with everybody's life. 7 months after, they want credit for saying, hey, this is a good idea. I mean, and Sean Hannity, he don't know which way to turn. I mean, they put out so many lies about this, and so many people are dead. I wish these people that refuse to get vaccinated refuse medical treatment, because somebody's going to get in an automobile accident, have a heart attack, and there's going to be full of people, stupid people that are not vaccinated, that are going to be taking up spots. They're already taking away ICU units in the Lafayette, Louisiana hospital for people that are unvaccinated people. I mean, they're hurting other people and interfering with other people's lives. Their freedom is intruding on other people's freedom right now.
Well put, gentlemen. If you're forming a pro-living, pro-football caucus, I'm in. And because I believe there should be some suffering in life, I'm a lifelong New York Giants fan, ladies and gentlemen. James Carville, Tim, thank you very much for bringing your A game tonight as well. See you guys at the Rose Bowl.